Hey y'all, my name is Taquisha. This is our freedom song, and I am so happy that you are here. I got some coffee. It's a beautiful morning. I'm like, you know what? It seems like a garden tour type of morning. I was actually thinking it would be so cool to have like a weekly garden tour, maybe on Mondays. I don't know, like, what do you think? So we can watch the garden grow together. I think it's a fantastic idea. Right now, it would be absolutely incredible because there's so many things growing in the garden. And so let's get to it. So let's start in gate number 1. I just have to show you how stunning this entryway looks with that brand new bed at the end of it, y'all. Like, I couldn't think of a better thing to put in that spot. It is so perfect. Oh my goodness, it's so perfect. I still haven't given our Carolina Jasmine a haircut yet. I know I talked about that last time, but she is glorious. So glorious. I really feel like this entry just makes the garden just so like whimsical and fun, and I'm so happy that I decided to do that. So right next to our jasmine, this is actually grape. This grape has exploded, so it's kind of all merging into one, but this grape is actually on a trellis right beside our archway, and so it is looking like it is ready to take over the whole world. Well, at least the fence. So there's been some changes. I swept the entryway. That's the first change. Oh my goodness, y'all. Can you already spot what I've done? I have mulched all of the walkways in the garden. So at first, I really missed the contrast, but each day it gets better and better for me. It's giving these very earthy vibes, and I mean, I love it. I just love it. I love the wood, and it really makes these beds feel in ground. I know that seems like a weird comment, but I actually had frames on all of these beds that I removed whenever I put in the irrigation, and we were just kind of liking it better in this season. And so I was thinking like, oh my goodness, how great would it be if I mulched it? I mulched it and I was like, oh my goodness, like I really love the contrast. But like I said, each day I'm just loving it more and more. It's really, really grown on me quickly. And I do think that it transitions well into our container garden. So if you see little specks of black, it's because I sprinkled some compost, an extra layer of compost on all of the beds. And so that's what you see. Happy to finally be seeing some flowers on some of our cucumbers. I was beginning to worry. And the beans that I put on the edges are really starting to take off. Now I have to show you how this bed came together, y'all. It is beautiful. I'm about 5'8", and this is such a great bed for somebody who is tall because this has zero bend. I have to bend over 0% to touch the top of this bed, and I just think that that is so awesome. Epic Gardener sent me this bed and I'm so excited about it, y'all. I wanted to do the configuration that was a 7x2 because that's what I needed for this space. I needed it to be about 7 feet long, and it was perfect. Fit like a glove, let me tell you. And so we filled it up with compost, and then I started to plant it out, and I had all of these things. I've just been waiting to put them in the perfect spot, and so planted it out. I had been debating back and forth for a little while whether I was going to cover these spots with some wood chips, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. So when I saw this beautiful like charcoal gray color, it really solidified mulching this area for me because I'm like, that is going to be so beautiful up against some wood chips. And so I actually love the way that this bed looks up against the wood chips. And so it brings some contrast back into the garden, which I love. So I planted some nasturtium along the edges as well as the strawberries because I was like, this is going to be fantastic when it's just dripping off the side. And so I cannot wait to see all that this bed is going to help produce for our family. I'm excited about it. Lots of tomatoes in here. So just mixing lots of beautiful flowers with our food, I just think that it's going to be giving all summer long. I'm absolutely loving the growth on this trellis right here. And I had no idea that our marigolds would be so tall. I love that. I love how tall they are. Everything is just looking absolutely beautiful. So having a garden makes me so happy. Like it legitimately does. Like I absolutely feel so much joy when I come out here. I'm always thinking about like, oh my goodness, like what's growing in the garden. I think it's so important never to lose that joy. I mean, just because we might be in our second year or third year like us or 15th year, I just think that it should be always something that brings us so much joy because it's filled with so much awe and wonder. I mean, all of these things are growing and they're not only growing, but they're going to produce food for the family. And so I just think that that is something that I didn't realize that I was going to gain once I started gardening, like this incredible joy. And I'm just so happy. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm just so happy about being in the garden. And I'm extra happy that you're in the garden with me. Okay, let's check out this container section. The green stock. I mean, how cool is that? That is super cool. Like, so cool. Our peppers are looking super healthy, but oh my goodness, y'all remember I was like, I don't know what that is growing in the middle, but I knew I planted it. I am so grateful for my gardening friend who Googled it and she was like, that's foxglove. I'm like, I did plant foxglove. And so that's so cool. I'm so interested to see how this is going to go. I think it's so cool that these gullet peppers have purple flowers. I mean, how cool is that? I've not grown any other produce that had a purple flower on it. And so I just think that that is so fascinating and so cool. There is just so much beauty to behold. Look at this beautiful leaf. Oh my goodness, that is huge. And I got a big hand and this is huge. Wow, I'm so excited to see this grow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so file cabinet planter, but there is something I am so excited to show y'all. And it's this. Yes, I put the drip irrigation line into the grow bag. I haven't got all of them done yet, but oh my goodness, is this a game changer? Is this a game changer? So many of you let me know that that was one of the, I guess, more challenging things to figure out how to keep these grow bags moisturized and hydrated because they dry out so quickly. And so whenever I decided to put them vertically on the fence, I knew that I was going to have to just hand water, because I wasn't going to be able to like sit in a tray of water or anything like that. But as I was setting up our drip line, I'm like, oh my goodness, I could totally run this to the fence, run it up and over, just like an IV, just straight to the base of the plant. And I am just so happy about this. The only thing is that the water drips out of the bottom. So it was a couple things that I'm processing. I'm thinking that I'm either going to, because I was going to plant flowers underneath these grow bags. So I'm either going to go ahead and put some soil, put some flowers down there, so that the water can be used, because I don't want to waste water. And so right now I just put several of our plants that are in pots, just right underneath the grow bag so that they can be watered as well. And so our fruit trees, these are our lime fruit trees and our lemon fruit tree. And this right here is catnip. This is a pepper plant that we overwintered. So I have about 5 of these that overwintered, and they're doing really, really great. I want to put them in the ground. I just don't know where. But I do think that this drip line is a game changer for keeping these grow bags watered. May honestly just need to put an on-off switch on the lines that are going to the grow bags, because they don't need as much time and they're actually at the beginning of the garden, and so they get a very big rush of water. And so the on-off valve would be ideal. And so I'm going to pick some of those up so that I can control the water a lot more. And yes, all of these baby plants need somewhere to go. I have zucchini, and I also have some eggplant. I'm still figuring that out. Somebody should tell me that I need to stop with the plants, but it is a real. When you see those baby plants and you're like, oh my goodness, and now you have to figure out some place to stick them, that's totally my situation right now. I have more plants than I know what to do with, but I'm gonna find a home for them. I will find a home. Okay, let's take a look at this strawberry basket. I have not fortified this handle yet, but it's doing pretty good. It is looking a little wonky, but the strawberries look healthy and happy, and that makes me so happy. And yes, I did pop a drip line right from this bed right here into that basket, because I was like, I want to make sure that these strawberries are going to stay hydrated, because I want to eat a lot of strawberries. Down here I have the extra water pouring off on some zucchini that I have there, and I have a melon growing in this bucket. What I was going to do is just let the melon grow and pour out onto the ground. So because we are in our container garden, we actually cannot plant in the ground, because this is where we removed all of our bamboo. In this area, we have more bamboo on our property, but that's the reason why we are able to have this container garden, is because we removed the bamboo. So it was definitely, I feel like, a really great thing to do, just because I rather have a garden and we have so much more bamboo. So in our second to newest edition, we absolutely are going to have so much food in this bed. These are strawberries that I just planted in here yesterday. I'm not loving what that, oh, that's just attached to there. Okay, not loving that. With strawberries, you have to make sure the crown is not covered, so just be really mindful of that. But yes, so many strawberries I planted yesterday in this bed, and I'm so excited about it. I also planted some okra in this bed so that it can grow nice and tall, and I can try all of those okra recipes that you guys told me about that are better and not disgusting. So I'm looking forward to that. But I planted on the whole perimeter of this bed some strawberries so that they could drip over. I was going to do sweet potatoes, but I decided to go with strawberries since we had so many strawberry plants left. And so I still have a row of space in here in the middle because I did plant some gomphrena in here. We have our tomatoes. I planted some marigolds in here. And so I was thinking about doing a row of dwarf tomatoes because I still have more dwarf tomatoes that we started from seed that I just need a place to put. And so I'm thinking about doing a row of dwarf tomatoes right here. So that is my most current thought concerning this bed. Okay, so I did have to take these planters off of the post. I think it has something to do with the fact that the posts there aren't level because I've had the planters on our other posts and they're doing just fine, but because the fence is in the way and it's not as level as the other posts, I just had to take it down. It didn't fall down, but it was doing a super lean. And I was like, you know what? I'm either going to have to level the post or I'm going to have to put them on a different post if I want to make sure that they are going to be healthy and happy and not fall down. The strawberries in the cocoa core planter are looking healthy and they're looking happy, and so I'm hoping that they will produce fruit. I love the way this planter looks. It's so cute. So these pole beans are doing exactly what I hoped that they would. They're starting to crawl up this fence right here, and that's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be so full, and then it's going to give us food, which is so cool. So it's beauty plus function right here at its greatest. So I know I planted all these things with the hope that they would grow, but just seeing them grow so beautifully from zero, y'all, that just makes my heart so happy, and it's filling out and it's like so beautiful walking through this gate. And I feel like I can never fully capture the beauty. It's so hard to articulate the feeling that you have when you have a vision and then you do the work and it comes to life. All of our teddy bear sunflower seedlings. I have some more amaranth that I need to plant. I planted all of the basil, well, most of all of the basil. These are some strawberry seedlings. I've never grown strawberries from seeds, but these have such an incredible germination rate. The ones that I got from Botanical Interest. Some rosemary over here growing. Some coneflower. I'm so excited. I'm going to be planting this out soon as well. More sweet potato slips. And I have lots more seedlings. There's so many things that I planted. I actually just took a picture of it. I like laid the seed packets down and took a picture so I will remember. But so many different varieties of sunflowers. Those floret zinnias that I cannot wait to see bloom. So I had no idea this balsam was going to be so beautiful. These 3 sunflowers have grown so quickly that I am just blown away. They love it here. Our potatoes. Well, that is all I have to show you for today. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden today. It makes my heart so happy to know that I have garden friends who just want to hang out with me in the garden. Like, I mean, that is awesome. That is so incredible. And so, thank you so much again. And let me know. Okay, so I'm thinking weekly garden tour and then maybe a weekly live, like just to do a very laid back kind of garden walkthrough. We can just chat and just hang out in the garden. And so I would love to do that. So garden tour, more of like a video like this one, you know, maybe on Mondays, and maybe a live video where we can just chat and hang out. I can answer questions, just whatever. On Thursdays. And so that's what I'm thinking. I want to start to be more consistent, and I want to know what you guys want to see. If you just want to see the garden growing, like should we do a Q&A? That's what I was thinking, where you can ask whatever questions you have. And so definitely let me know. I want to hear it. I want to have us all have this really incredible and fun experience growing in the garden together. And so I'm more than happy to answer questions or just show, not talk at all, just show the garden. So let me know what your fave is, and I will chat with you guys down in those comments.